the house we rented and the neighborhood we lived in had two house styles. It had a bungalow and a split level, and the bungalows would, sometimes they'd switch them this way or this way, right? The doorways and the windows. But it was like 2 blocks long and about 4 or 5 blocks deep, all the same. All exactly the same, which made it all very egalitarian as far as I'm concerned. You know, you knew what their house was like inside because it was just like yours. The developers would build a neighborhood, they construct it, they give it a name, and you were supposed to have an identity that was attached to your neighborhood as separate from being attached to, this imaginary dividing line that was sort of 95th Avenue. Other side of 95th Avenue, well, that's a different community, right? I mean, it's absurd when you think about it, but it's marketing, and so much of the foolishness that goes on around us has got to do with marketing. There was a very working class vibe to it, and when I say that in the best sense of the term, that people watched out for each other, What I'm talking about is people who trade their labor for money, and that's the way they make their living, and they have there's a certain sense of morals and ethics that sort of permeate that kind of neighborhood and those kinds of families. The Jasper Place, it did have a different character than some of the more well-to-do areas in the city. There's no doubt about it. But it also had a great feeling to it, right? There wasn't. I would say there was more a sense of equality, and it again, it was the time and place. It was the 60s where everything looked possible.